Alright, what's up, guys? Raiden here. Today, I kind of want to talk a little bit about a wish list I have for Ghost of Yotei, seeing as how it's coming out this year. We still don't know when, but I have an idea. It might be around maybe May, possibly June, depending on if we go off the upload schedule of the last one. Came out around May, was ported around May, so I have an inkling it'd be around April, May, maybe June, which is my birthday. So shout out to Sucker Punch if they do it on my birthday. But yeah, I got a little list of things that I hope they add that I think will give the game like some longevity and make it better overall. Because while I absolutely love Ghost of Tsushima, it had a lot of problems I think that kind of plagued the game, especially once you beat it a few times. So I got a little list in front of me, a list of things I want to go over that I kind of hope they implement into the game. So first and foremost, and this is kind of the big thing for me, and I think from the trailer it looks like they addressed this already. Weapon variety, like something other than just a katana. Because while I absolutely love using my bow and a katana, we had multiple bows. There were only two, but we still had a long bow and a short bow, right? I think if they add some kind of Nagakiba and an Odachi, that would be amazing. Maybe just three weapons. Like it doesn't have to be a whole lot. They might only want to have two or three weapons to kind of keep the fighting style similar. So maybe a spear, a naginata, an odachi, and should be one other weapon. It looks like we already have dual katanas, so they already opened up the floodgates with that. They kind of like entertained different weapon types. So I'm super excited for that. But I hope it's not just that. I'm gonna assume we have multiple options now. We have dual katana. We have dachis. Other things. So I think that's one thing I think would really help the game and its longevity. Help it last longer. Give it more. I would say replayability. If I'm being honest with you, because it's only so much you can do after a certain point. Like once you beat the game, you beat the maps, you do the DLC. You can make different builds by using different armors, but the build variety is still limited. And there's a Tadayori build you can do when you use bow only. You can go the stealth mode with the ghost armor, and you can go like the full berserker. I guess if you use a samurai clan, but there is not that much. There's not much you can do. It's not a whole lot of build variety. So weapon variety, I think, will open up a huge avenue for this game and give it a high replay value. Secondly, another one of a problem I have with this game is the world kind of feels dead in a way. So let me kind of elaborate. I don't mean dead as in there's nobody there. I mean dead in the fact that it's nobody, like it doesn't feel alive. Like if you look at my gameplay now, unless you're at a camp, the majority of the land is like it's kind of barren. There's enemies here, you kill them, but there's not a lot of, it doesn't feel alive. It doesn't feel lived in. And I almost feel like you're traversing this barren land. And I kind of understand that due to the time period they chose to go with for this game, but I would really appreciate some type of way to, you know, breathe life into the environments. They exist. They're there. You know, it's a calming sense of serenity when I play this game, but I would like some type of lived-in world. You know, maybe some houses that aren't all burnt down. Maybe some houses with, NPCs who you can do more quests with, because they give you these quests and they have NPCs that will talk to you, but they'll just give you a quest to a map, and it's the same thing. It's like a fetch quest. You go there, you clear the camp out, and it doesn't lead to anything really like that. You know, you can clean up the lands and there will be no more enemies. But, and fun fact, if you played the game when it first came out, once you did everything in the game, there was nothing else to do. They reintroduced the ability to replay maps later down the game, right? So that was a blessing in disguise, because man, the first time I played this game, I beat it twice and I didn't touch it again, because it's like I already did everything. You have to replay it all over again in order to be able to enjoy the game. But now you can beat it and keep replaying maps. You can keep doing boss fights, keep doing boss battles, mini bosses. So that was pretty cool. That was a good idea. But to kind of jump off of that, is when it comes to making the world, alive, I would consider followers, because that would be cool. Have, well, it's not our game no more, but let's just pretend we're talking about Ghost of Tsushima. Yuna, let's say she can stay with you like indefinitely or for an extended period of time, not just during like, oh, she's with you during the story. Have her be with you for half the game or something like that, you know, where she can help you and assist you if you so choose. Now you could choose to get rid of her, but you know, it will just open more dialogue ability and some interactions because Jin, me personally, is a kind of a dull character for a good amount of the game, and then he builds up some personality later. But his interactions between other characters, you end up liking the side characters more than him. Personally, I did. You know, they didn't do enough for him as a person. I didn't really like. I would like to have seen him go a different route as far as his personality. You know, they started out with the stoic samurai and he changed later, but we didn't. They would entertain us and kind of tease us with the type of person he would be, but we really just got yet another revenge story with a samurai trying to avenge his father, and he didn't go his father's way, and then they didn't build up any animosity. I don't understand the animosity Jin had towards his father. We didn't really get backstory on that. So, without going off on a tangent too much, followers I think would really help the game. You know, add more replayability to it, like I mentioned before, and you know, bring it alive a little bit. So that and next NPCs, more interactive NPCs. Um, the NPCs in this game, like they exist, but they don't really like matter. More random NPCs, I would say. Maybe in Outer Worlds, someone's running around doing a mission or something like that, you know? Because the DLC really turned it up with the characters. I forgot his name, the dude pretty much who didn't trust you in the beginning and he helped you throughout the entire DLC. So they really ramped it up, you know? But I foresee them taking a lot of these things that they started with and expanding upon them because late game in DLC, you really see them they really put it down. The armor start getting, like right now, I'm wearing the Sadagumi on, and they start turning the combat up and give you variations because of the block. You can counter and start attacking right after that. So they kind of start getting comfortable in their shoes, like, you know, playing around a bit. Okay, what can we do with this? What can we do with that? So I would love to see more of that when it comes to the NPCs. Just a little bit, you know, nothing too crazy, but some type of variety within the NPCs to allow you to, you know, feel like you matter in the world somewhat, you know, so it doesn't feel so dull. Because personally, I love the game and the fact that it's open world, but this is not, I don't like this period of the samurai worlds because there's not much to look at. It's gonna get to the point where it just looks the same. It's a big grassland with a bunch of wooden houses, you know. I would have liked a different era of Japan, so we'll see what they get with this one. And this is maybe a controversial topic. I don't know. Some people don't like mods, but mod support, and I mean full mod support. They need to allow you to use mods in this game when it comes to PC. I feel like blocking it off is pointless and it can kill the longevity of a single player game. We already gonna have to wait, right? Because this is gonna come on PS5. I'm almost sure it's not gonna drop day and date. I would be genuinely surprised if we get this for PS5 and PC day one. I don't see that happening. So that being said, when it comes to PC, they ought to, you know, allow us to have mods because we can, you know, modders can open up to it and do crazy with it, you know? Like I don't know how to rig games, but I can make armors, right? Because I do 3D modeling and I sculpt. So I can make custom armors for Jin, slap that on him, and then bam, now we have a whole new armor set, you know? And it's something. The armor probably won't have like physics and stuff like that. Not physics, excuse me. It won't have like abilities, but it's a start. We have it on PC now, and the modding capabilities are so limited. We can change the colors. Like right now, I have a mod on for the Sayagumi armor. The colors changed, and it's like it's nice, but it's not enough. It's very limited. We have no custom options, right? No custom armors, no custom katanas. You only have one anyway, so it's like okay, no custom blades. So I would love if Yotei allowed mod support. I mean, full mod support, no restrictions. Let us mod it up, you know. Because we sat on this game for how long? In 4 years in the PlayStation, and then it comes to PC, and it's like, you know, give us something that we can work with. Yeah. Just give us a little bit of a longevity. It will help the game last longer. It will breathe life into it. 4 years will turn to 6, maybe even 10 years, you know? So I'm definitely hoping and praying that that's something they entertain. great, I think, for the game as a whole to allow it, especially since it's a single player game. And like, yeah, there's ghost mode, but that's not you're not buying this to play online. You're buying it for a single player, and it just so happens to have a so that's kind of what I feel on that. But those are like the topics I really wanted to dig in on because I feel like it's gonna kind of pop up on us around May or June. So interactive PCs, NPCs, the world needs to be more alive. Followers, weapon variety, and mod support. You know, I think they're gonna do the weapon variety, so we might not have to worry about that. I think the weapon variety is already gonna kind of be there, so we should be good on that. I don't really think that's gonna be a big problem because we saw in the trailer that I don't even know her name, but she had two katanas, and that like threw my head for a tailspin because I love dual katana. I love dual wielding. It's how I play Elden Ring most of the time lately because of mods. I don't use it, but give her a dual katanas. I know she's a woman, so they might make it where she's not strong enough, but you can do it. Give her a Nodachi. That would be amazing. You know, open up the variety. You have to have a pretty broad imagination when you make it a single player game because we can't really interact with the players, so we kind of need that, and it'll help. It'll really help. So yeah, that's kind of where I wanted to go with this video. More or less just my little small wish list. I think I'll title it that, like a little wish list I have for Yotei. A couple things. The game is near perfect. There is slight bias because I love samurai games, so we're not gonna pretend like there's nothing wrong with it, but it's a couple of things this game can do better on, so it doesn't feel so much like a slog. Because it's gonna get to a point where you're not gonna want to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Like the game has high replay value, but it's like you have to make these artificial builds. I think maybe 2 or 3 times, and then after that, you're kind of just pushing it at that point. Like I was, and now I don't really play it like that. Not because I don't love the game, because there's only so much I can do. I'm gonna do one more run. I'm gonna go full in lethal mode again, and I'm gonna go full game again. Yeah, those are my thoughts on that. I really hope they add these things into the game. It will really, really, I truly believe this will make Yotei the best samurai. Period. I have a feeling they're gonna try to avoid maybe April simply because Rise of the Ronin is coming out next week, and Assassin's Creed Shadow, 2 open world samurai games. So they maybe don't want to, be in the same vein, but I don't know. They did it first, so I don't see why not. They kind of Ghost of Tsushima kind of sets a standpoint for what an open world samurai game could be. So I don't know. You let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I will see you guys in the next video, and I will be uploading a video about the games I'm most excited for this year. So yeah, that's it. Rating out.